Thanks, Jake. Another digital transformation presentation. Yay. Do we have the clicker? Here we go. Hi, we are Adage Technologies. We have the booth right outside the door in prime position that has nothing on it because we're still a little rusty with in-person events. But we are going to be talking about what we call the ABCs of digital transformation. And like Jake said, my name is Jake Toohey. I'm a senior digital consultant at Adage. I've been there for almost 10 years, and I work with all of our association clients, and I'm joined by Beth.
Hi, everyone. Beth Kampner. I'm a senior project owner at Adage. I've been at Adage only 6 months, but been working with associations forever. And this is my first in-person event, so I too am a little rusty, but it's so nice to see all my old friends.
So just to talk quickly about our services, we are a full-scale digital service or digital agency. We do strategy, branding, UX, UI design, technology, which is CMS and e-commerce implementations with deep integrations, and then finally analytics and ongoing optimization. Some of our clients here, they range from large to small, and so do the projects that we do with them. So we do basic marketing websites, and we do full digital transformation projects. And I think was mentioned earlier that digital transformation is getting a little bit tired, but it's not going anywhere. And I like this visualization about all the things that you used to have, maybe you still have, that are now all in your pocket right now. And I relate that to what the web is like. And the web, your website is only a small piece, or it's a half the piece of a digital transformation initiative. But your website is really your product these days. People go to your website and they expect it to be a portal where they find everything, right? So when we talk about digital transformation, we'll get into a brief case study here. This work that we've done with the American Academy of Pediatrics started about 4.5 years ago, and it is now what Beth is running and all of the work streams, which we are going to walk through right now. But when we engaged them on this, there was this confusion about what digital strategy is versus digital transformation. And we think that digital strategy it's all digital. It's branding, content marketing, email, search, social, but digital transformation has much more to do with it than that. So how we define digital transformation is that it's an iterative process, it's an agile process that has aspects of technology and culture, and that it includes, or it's improving customer experience, operations, and your business models. And the pillars really are strategy and culture, staff and customer engagement, process and innovation, technology, data and analytics. And that's what digital transformation means to us. So I'll let Beth talk about the piece on the left, but we start the projects with a mission statement. And in this case, it's really that AAP needed to support their members' learning and access to resources so they could fulfill the mission, which is serving children and fulfilling or making children's lives better.
Okay, so the 3 core principles for AAP were defined by AAP as personalize, simplify, connect. Every decision that is made as part of their digital transformation initiative, as part of the DTI projects, every decision comes back to one of these 3. If it doesn't relate to one of these 3 items, then it's not part of the DTI project. So, and sometimes they rearrange projects in order to meet these criteria because this is where they want to be today and in the future. Simplify. Everything needs to be simplified. So when you go this late in the day, some of this is repeat stuff that we've heard from other people, but multiple databases, multiple sources of information coming together. We need to simplify that, make it easier on the members. Connect. Everything is about connecting, especially enhanced by the pandemic. So there needs to be a way for members to talk with each other. And then, of course, personalize so that when you're pulling up the site, it knows who you are, it knows what your habits are, and will gear information toward you.
So after some deep research and visioning, we come up with a roadmap, and it's important to remember that a roadmap is always going to be changing. So these are the things that we identified for the first 2 years of a digital transformation initiative. And Beth's going to talk about kind of what the roadmap looks like right now.
So this is the current roadmap. This is AAP's roadmap, so it includes some things that we at Adage are not necessarily involved in. However, this gives you a sense of the longevity of the project, the prediction of time going forward. And these are just the active projects that we're listing here. So you can see the volume of activity going on at any given moment. Now, I wanted to spend some time to review with you and show you some of the projects that we've either recently completed or have had underway as part of the DTI cooperative of projects. So this first one, this federated search platform, was something where the members were not getting what they wanted because of the multitude of different sites and vendors that were housing different pieces of information. And so we put together a federated search platform so that people could search across all of those platforms and find things in one place. And then the link would, of course, take you off to the other platform. Next, we have the website redesign and replatform. So initially, not initially, but most recently, their website was on SharePoint, and we needed to get it off of SharePoint and put it into a new CMS. The bulk of their site, the aap.org site, had already shifted into a new CMS, but the homepage had not. So we were planning on that happening, and then due to unforeseen circumstances, we had to roll it out much sooner than we had initially planned. So the new homepage rolled out a couple months ago, and it now matches the rest of the site, and we're working on our second iteration of the homepage now. The My Account area was, there was an issue with members being able to find everything in one place. They couldn't find all the stuff that they had that related specifically to them in one place. This is the epitome of the personalized core value. So we rolled out what we call the My Account platform. And within the My Account platform is what we're calling the library. This actually just rolled out 2 weeks ago. It's a really nice little area within the My Account that is, it shows you little blocks for everything that you have purchased at AAP. That's electronic, everything that's not physical. So you will see membership in there. You'll see courses that you're signed up to take. You'll see registrations for live events, books, all of that is in there, along with CME credits that are available, credits that you can claim, and what's eligible for MOC, et cetera. The member directory, this got rolled out and simplified so that members could find people a lot easier. And the activities and credit management, along with the transcripts. Activities and credit management, this area is where people can go to see in one place all the things that they have that either are available for credit, for CME or MOC credit, and see which activities they are, what their expiration dates are, and when they need to submit them, and whether they've been submitted. The transcripts platform allows you to you can physically print a transcript. You can also, this part is integrated with the American Board of Pediatrics, so you can just send your data over to ABP to keep your CMEs current. Publications platform literally rolled out like 2 days ago. It was really exciting to roll out the publications platform. We're using a third party to house all the publications, but it's a really great tool. It's all integrated with the federated search so that searching can happen on aap.org and bring you to the publications site. You can search for content within the abstracts, or within you can search by author, et cetera. And this page, literally brand new. The directories and rosters was something that members needed a way to really be able to see who, not just the membership directory, which is part of this, but also to be able to see members of committees and chapters really easily. They did not have that ability before, so we put that in place for them.
So I did a presentation with Rob Katchen from the AAP a couple years ago, and if you read anything about digital transformation, you'll hear things like How do you manage the risk of growing volumes of information? How do you obtain business insights from all that information? How do you transfer and automate intensive business processes? And how do you use information to better engage customers and employees? But what he pointed out was that what digital transformation really asks of your organization is, do you have the will to do this? Do you have the resources? Can you do it or can you not do it and survive? How do you eat the elephant? And how do you change the tires of the airplane mid-flight? Because things are always changing and we're shifting that roadmap. So for the ABCs of digital transformation, we talk about those as audience understanding, business models, change management, and solutions architecture. So we put together this digital transformation workbook, which you could download here, and I'll have this on some other pages for anybody that wants to take a look at it. This is just an overview of this. So some of these pages will be in the platform or in the workbook, but give an overview of digital transformation, and then we do this readiness checklist. So we look at things like, what is the pain of the organization? Do you have a compelling business driver? Is the leadership of your organization involved and supportive? Do you have the resources and ability to make the change? Does your organization need to take action to survive? Are you willing to adapt staff roles and responsibilities? And do you know what success looks like? Overview of the ABCs on the next page, but then we go into these where there's kind of this self-assessment scoring, where we talk about how do you gather, qualitative data from your members? How do you use data for decision-making? How often do you review member journeys? When do you engage a third-party consultant for, a second point of view? And when did you last engage your staff for feedback? Then we go over through the business model, and we talk about things like your association's membership numbers. Are they going up? Are they going down? What do you look at when you are, or do you look at your competitive landscape? How reliant are you on a single event or one single source of revenue? How do you offer, or do you, sorry, it's a little small here. How often do you realign your business objectives? And then how frequently do you explore new business models for growth? With change management, it's things like staff and stakeholders, do they see the need to be digital first? Your association's desire for dedicated digital resources, the culture at your organization, can it change? And in the past, when you've tried to implement new processes, how has that worked? Have you been successful? And does your organization share information across different business units? With solutions architecture, we look at how often do you update your website? Do you change branding? Are you proactively changing branding? And when you change content, how are you looking at KPIs versus technical performance? And how often do you update your technical roadmap? So at the end of this, you give yourself a total score. And this is just a little overview of the things to be prepared for. But then you can kind of assess where you're at. Are you non-committal to something like this? Are you reactive, aspirational, or are you a digital pioneer in a good place? So some of the successes that we have found is that leadership engagement support is paramount. Quick wins at the beginning. It's huge for momentum. Agile transformation is a big piece for delivery speed purposes. We've had some major platforms launched in 6 months, and Beth just walked through the 12 current work streams, or 13 current work streams that you are personally working on. And some of the lessons learned is that engagement's healthier with participation. You can't underestimate culture. Communication to everyone is important. And this is going to be different than what you've done in the past. Agile's key, just reiterating that. And stakeholder engagement is key. So this is one last chance for anybody who would like to scan and download the digital transformation workbook that we have. Kevin, I don't know how we're doing on time, but we want to thank everybody for listening to us. We'd love to talk to you if you're interested in reaching out, talk more about this. And I don't know if we have time for questions, but.
No, we're doing good. So one question, are you keeping any history or baseline of your survey results to track if there's a trend, like people are becoming more non-committal or more enthusiastic?
Well, when you download that, we don't get the results. So this is for you.
Oh, this is okay.
But you do have to enter your email, so we get that.
Where was AAP on the scale?
They were at the bottom. But they were willing to make this change, and that's how we got involved with it. So, and they had leadership buy-in, but making the changes there were some challenges at the beginning. They had to shift a lot of roles and responsibilities. People's job titles changed, but the people that took those on and were excited and willing to do it have really thrived.
Great.
Just to add to that too, they've established a board of governors who oversees every decision on the digital transformation initiative. So there are department heads. Each of the department heads is represented. Each of the departments are represented in the board of governors, and they meet weekly to make decisions on anything DTI related.
And how long have they been established with this board of governors?
4.5. Well, the governors have been around for the entire time. Yeah, 4.5 years.
Wow.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thanks, guys.